Hi guys, it's Martha and welcome back to my booktube. Already we've got a different setup than last time. I thought that this wall just looked better than my ugly desk wall, so this is what we're working with for the foreseeable future. But today I thought it would be really exciting to do a whole video dedicated to me getting ready for back to school, and I'll also talk to you guys about my September TBR, which is really exciting. So I thought we could start with my TBR since the books are right here. Since I am going back to school, I'm kind of lowering the expectations for reading for myself because I know that I'm going to be a lot busier than I was this summer with Zoom calls, and I'm still doing like some of my extracurriculars, and as well as college applications, so I really just wanted to keep it simple. So I've only got 4 books on my TBR for right now, but they all fit a common theme, which I think is pretty exciting. For the month of July, I really tried to focus on only reading fantasy books because I've never really been a big fantasy gal before, so it was a nice challenge to challenge myself to only read fantasy, and honestly, it didn't really go that great. I can't lie. I did read a lot of fantasy, but I just was not a huge fan of a lot of it, but you know, I can say that I did it. And so my lovely mother had the idea that for the month of September, in order to to celebrate the back to school season, I focus on reading nonfiction. And I thought that that was actually a pretty good idea since I had some pretty good nonfiction books on my TBR already. So without further ado, this is my September TBR. So the first book on my September TBR is a book that I actually got a long time ago. I got it maybe a month ago. That's not a long time. I got it like a month ago. And I've been putting off reading it because soon after I got it, my mom came up with this idea. So I was like, oh, I'll just wait to read it. But now it's finally September, so I get to read it. And it is Hood Feminism by Mikki Kendall. If you haven't heard of this book, I feel bad for you because it's a very, very, very popular nonfiction. You know, it looks stunning. My mom read it and she really, really liked it. So I'm very excited to read this book. And yeah, I was listening to an episode of Code Switch, a podcast by NPR, which side note is like my favorite podcast right now. It is so, so, so good. But they had her come in and talk, and it was just really cool, and I was like, I need to read her book because I'm listening to her talk and I haven't read her book, and so I'm going to read her book. The next book on my TBR for this month is another super popular. It is New York Times bestseller, and it is stamped the remix one by Jason Reynolds, so I'm very excited to read this one. So it is remixed by Jason Reynolds and Ibram X. Kendi, and I'm very excited to read this one. It's adapted to be more of a YA book, which I think is cool, and I can't wait. I'm just very excited. My family loves Jason Reynolds. Fun fact. Actually, I say my family. My mom loves Jason Reynolds. My sister also really likes him. I think he's a pretty cool guy, so I'm really excited to read this book. The next book on my September TBR, book called Raise Your Voice, 12 Protests That Shaped America by Jeffrey Kluger. And I picked up this arc at work, and it just looked super good and super inspiring. I feel like there have been some really powerful protests and movements in our history that I just don't know about, so I thought it could be a nice way to learn about them, very timely considering all of the protests, very important protests that are happening right now. So, and it's about 12 protests, but it's pretty hefty. So they'll probably go into a lot of detail. I'm very excited. I was also listening to another episode of Code Switch where they talked about at University of San Francisco, the protest there to fight for an ethics department, as well as making the university admit a certain amount of students of color. And it just really was like, I was like, there's probably so many protests like that I've just never heard of. And so I thought that this book would be perfect. And the last book on my September TBR is called Atomic Women, and it is the untold stories of the scientists who helped to create the nuclear bomb. I think it's super cool. I think that there's always like a deficit of recognition for women in STEM because women have always been in STEM. They just have always been pushed out of the door and ignored. But no more because this book is here. I'm very excited. I actually don't know much about the nuclear bomb at all because I'm not a history. I'm not one of those people that like you start talking about a war in history and then there's that one kid who's always like, well, I know everything about World
War II because I'm obsessed with war airplanes and I love the military.
That is not me, literally at all. So I'm really excited to kind of learn more about it because women in STEM, we need more of them. And that is my September TBR. Super short, super sweet, but I don't want to put too much pressure on myself to read a lot this month with going back to school, going back to dance, all of that stuff. I do have a bunch of other books on my TBR in general though, so if I do finish these, I have options and I will continue to share those options with you guys. But for now, that is that. I tried a new matcha today and it's pretty good. So for the next segment of today's video, I thought that we could just really get ready for back to school. I literally have no notebooks, I have no folders, or if I have them in my house, I don't know where they are and they're not organized and ready for school to start on Tuesday. So I just thought we could kind of go through that. I'll tell you guys a little bit about my schedule. I went to school to pick up my Chromebook the other day, and so I've got that, and it's just gonna be a jolly good time. Let us do that now. Guys, I think I hit the jackpot. I came in my dad's office, and I think I see a huge stack of notebooks and folders, which means I don't have to go to the store, which is really great and exciting because I spent $30 on tea today. So all right, we did it. Oh. Okay, so we are at my desk. I have acquired the school supplies. Okay, so I found some school supplies that I think will get the job done for this virtual school year. So I'll just show you guys the things that I found. None of it is cute, none of it matches, but nobody's gonna be seeing it except for me, so it's not even like I get the satisfaction of like pulling out a cute folder from my backpack and being like,
Oh, this staples.
you know, no. I don't get that this year, so I'm deciding not to put in any effort. Now to the fun stuff, the folders and the notebooks. Yay! So last year, apparently I was a genius and I bought a bunch of folders that I didn't end up using. I just have some of these plain black paper folders. They're the ones that are not very durable, but it's not like they're going to be going in my backpack in and out constantly. They're just going to be like going in one of these drawers. So I figured I could probably get away with just having these. And they're just plain black. I have 4 of them for my 4 academic classes. That's the vibe, that is the vibe. Next, I figured that I might need a graph notebook for one of the classes that I'm taking for AP Environmental Science. I'll probably need like a graphing notebook, and I don't have any composition notebooks that are like that. So I happened to find this one, which is like a graph notebook, and the paper in here is just like graph paper. Who knows? If I need this, I have it, which is pretty nice, and if not, I could also use it for math. So next, we've just got some plain notebooks. So I've got this one subject notebook, wide ruled, super simple. She's just green. She's just a plain notebook. She's not very exciting. Then I've got the same one, but in pink. This one I've already used before. You can like see, but I used like 2 pages, so I'm just gonna use it again. And then I've got the exact same one again, the same pink, because I thought it could be cute because one of my classes is divided up into 2 blocks. So it's like 2 hours and they meet on like different days. That made no sense, but I figured just like having 2 of the same color for the same class could be kind of cute. And then I've just got this white 5-star notebook, super simple, grand, will do me wonders, and it'll be a good time. And then I've got the same one in black. So I kind of feel like I have too many notebooks right now, based off of the classes that I'm taking, so I might need to like figure out how I'm gonna divide them up. But that is what the next segment is anyway. Shocker. All right. Okay, so yesterday I got my schedule. Super exciting. I got all of the classes that I wanted. I have no problems with my schedule, literally at all. I already put it in my bullet journal because I'm just on top of it, you know what I mean? I really have been on top of everything recently. My schedule, beautiful. So my first hour is humanities, and it's like honors humanities, and so humanities at my school is divided up into 2 hours. So the first hour of it is social studies and the second hour of it is literature. So my first hour is the social studies hour of humanities. My second hour is AP Environmental Science. My third hour is AP Psychology. My fourth hour is the literature portion of humanities. My 5th hour is AP Calculus, and my 6th hour is choir. So this year is going to be rough, folks. Honestly, I was counting on being in person for classes, which is why I chose such hard classes. But it'll be fine. I think that I will be grand. It'll be what it'll be. Is what I'm getting at. These two are definitely going to be for humanities, like I said before. Kind of looks ugly. I feel like AP Psychology deserves this pristine white folder. Beautiful. You can barely see. Calculus is getting this ugly black one. Wonderful. Folders. We're going to use my white marker. I don't like when people say it's not real school, because it very much is real school. There are people that do online school for like your whole life, and they do online college for real. They do online high school. So I don't like the whole it's not real school. No. It is very much real school. It's just not in person. That's my rant. That is my rant about people saying that this school year is not real, because it is indeed real. It's just gonna be weird. Alright, hi guys. I never made an outro to this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching me getting ready for back to school. Yeah, if you did, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week when I upload.